Hey, good morning, back to y'all again with another YouTube video. On my sight tape, it says 120 yards. That doesn't mean I might necessarily be able to get 120 yards. If I dial all the way down there, I wanna know if I'm gonna accidentally send the arrow through my sight scope, okay? So I'm gonna see exactly, I wanna know down to the yardage, how far can I shoot? If I gotta shoot a follow-up shot on the animal or whatnot, when I'm amped up and got that adrenaline going, I wanna know exactly what I can do. It's the same setup that you've seen if you watch previous videos. Easton Axis 2 60 spine cut to 29 and 3/4 inches, 100 grain insert, 100 grain point, 10 grain titanium impact collar, Blazer 3 fletch, Blazer wrap, and the standard Easton X knot, right? All of that's coming out to somewhere around 540 grains. I'm pulling 31 1/4 inch on my draw, and then the draw weight is about 78 pounds. So you might as well say 80-pound bow. That speed is about 284 feet per second. All right, so I want to see with that heavy arrow that everybody loves these days, and I'm honestly a fan of as well. That heavy arrow, what distance can I get out of it with my setup? All right, so that's it. This sounds kind of snobby, but this first range is just to make sure I can get these on bell. We're gonna shoot 100 yards. So I felt like it was left. That was high and left. That was left too. If by left you mean dead center in the red.
You gotta do that. Yeah, right in the middle.
Yeah. Well, it's the first 3 shots of the day, so my body's still waking up. All right, let's check it out. This is gonna be one of those fast forward ones, so they don't say you cut the video. You know, they think you're a magician now, Chris, so they probably think you figure out a way to, the arrows ain't really on the bell. No, I don't trust that Chris. He got that movie magic. All right, so this is first arrow of the day. I definitely shanked this, my bad, not perfect. This was the second one, this was the third one. So I think the groups will, as weird as it sounds, I think the groups are gonna improve the further back I shoot, just because I'll have more reps in on the day. So not bad, not bad, not bad. I am gonna be making another sight tape though for this bow. I think on when I made the sight tape, I think I may have had the poundage a little bit lower. So now that I actually got, you know, everything twisted up again, shooting a little bit hot. So I'll probably come out here later on this week, build a sight tape. Let me know, hit me on Instagram if you want me to build a sight tape for you on Archer's Advantage. Be super cheap, super affordable. Take all the headache out of it for you. All the questions that y'all poured in about Archer's Advantage and stuff like that. Hey, let me help you out with it, and then maybe I can hunt for free by taking care of y'all. All right, so that was 100. Next, we're gonna go to 110. So from where I'm standing, I'm at 111 yards. Let me move this down. You wanna come to this side? This is looking close, guys. We'll see what this looks like when I'm at full draw. Hopefully it's a straight knock travel. But as you can see, I don't have a whole lot of room here, guys. After I shoot, I'm gonna look at the bottom of my sight housing. I'm gonna see if there's any marks on the bottom. If there is, I'm out of clearance. If there isn't, I can push it a little bit more, all right? When you're shooting this far, everything matters. Your form, your follow through, everything matters. I'm having trouble for whatever reason getting like a perfect sight picture. I don't know if it's just fatigue, but I'm not getting my peep perfectly over my sight housing like I'm used to. I don't know if it's because the sight is so far down, because there's only so much you can do. We might cut this out, this is a little digression, but in relation to your peep height and your sight housing, eventually you start to get too much of a pitch where it's really, really hard to align it. So you're either gonna have it on the shorter range side or you're gonna have it on the longer range side. So I think that's kind of what I'm experiencing right now. Third and final arrow of this group. Take a minute for that sound to hit, makes you kind of panic for a second. What I will take solace in today is I don't necessarily have to shoot a great group out here. I just need to know that my sight tape will go down there. So, what I could see is all 3 arrows are on the bell. So at least all that work that I put in literally last night, because I've had these arrows for a while. They've just been sitting in the in my arrow box. So I just haven't had time to get to it. I knock-tuned them last night. I fletched them last night after church. And yeah, here we are. So, I mean, you can see them from here, not horrible for 111, but not what I was hoping for. But we were able to reach out here. So there's maximum range and there's max effective range. People get confused. They think just because they have a maximum range, like a rifle will have a max range, but it also has a max effective range. At least that's how we go about it when we learned about it in my business, right? So just finding out my maximum range. This isn't my max effective range, all right? So, I mean, you can leave that in the comments if you want. That helps the YouTube algorithm, but just so you know, we're just trying to see what the bow can do. If I was shooting in the Olympics and there was a 150-yard event, I want to know if I'll be able to shoot that or if I have to cheat up with my bow a little bit. All right, family, so we shot 110. No, we shot 111. Not seeing any contact down here, so far so good. This is a ridiculous shot for archery, but it's a chip shot with a rifle. I was thinking like, okay, so if everything does just hit the fan and stores ain't open, nothing like that, the fact that we train all the time shooting archery, if it really came down to it, I could just pick up a rifle and go get a grocery store full of meat off the mountains. You know what I mean? Just from practicing, looking at animals, getting close to them, knowing their tendencies before they know them. So it would be nothing to go out there with a rifle. All right, so I'm standing at 116 yards. Range is clear. We got road guards over there. If you're military folks, you know what that means, to make sure nobody's coming from that way. So we're doing everything completely safely. It's too early for anybody to want to be up over here anyway right now. Whew, boy, that thing has some hang time. That one was low, 100%. Whew. I have to reshoot that one. Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, is he want me to wait to shoot? So is he changing the settings right now? It don't matter, I'm still supposed to focus. Now that one sounded like it hit a soft spot. Soft spot is generally a good spot. Hey folks, however you find in my Instagram page, whether it's YouTube, whatever, keep reaching out. I'm very big family oriented, and I know this is one of those opportunities in archery to build a bigger family. Same way, you know, one of the main reasons why I love my church so much, we a family. We watch each other kids, we barbecue, all of that stuff together. So keep reaching out. I'll keep responding. Love y'all. So we walk into 115 yards. And I think Chris is gonna laugh because the one that I said did not feel too great. I think it was all right. Still not what I would like the group to be, but whatever. So dropped a couple low. This elevation was good, but a little bit to the right. What I'm probably gonna have to do is turn the arrow upside down to get the cock vane down. So we're gonna try to step back to like 120 something. So that way we can just be done with this video and move to the next one. Well, we can't do 125 because I don't have that on my sight tape. My bad. For the pump fake, y'all. I just don't want it to hit the shelf. Another drop away should get out of the way in time. This vane would be up, but I ran out of clearance below. The sight housing. All right, so we're at 118. So this should be the max range that I can get out of this without having to flip the arrow upside down. Because I didn't follow my own rule last night, or like if you get a problem arrow, just skip it and move on to the next. I got too stubborn. I ended up putting a whole lot of shots through one arrow to try to get it to noctune, and then still end up having to set it aside so I can come back to it later and figure it out. Bro, that's a group. They're not gonna believe it, bro. It's high. So it's high because I set it right at 118. I've been having to cheat 1 yard short because, like I said, this is a little bit heavier. My bow pound is a little bit heavier than when I built this sight tape. And I'm not gonna build another one this close to getting ready to go on this hunt. Because it's gonna be too much. I'm gonna have to come out here. My shoulder's already tired. I'm gonna have to come out here and shoot more marks in. And now I wanna be done with all of this part and just focus on my gear loadout. I don't necessarily have the time to do this again. But if all I know is I just have to cheat up 1 yard. Not the biggest deal, but it's not perfect. And also what I do understand too is I got more strings and cables coming in from my buddy over at JBK Strings. So I'm gonna have a bow build and everything for y'all, which is gonna make me have to do another sight tape anyway, literally like next week. So, all right, so we know 118 is the furthest distance. We know 118 is the furthest distance that I can go without having to turn my arrow upside down. Now let's see what we can do with this upside down. So what I'm hoping for with the arrow upside down is the drop weight will get out of the way of this vein in time. We'll see if it makes contact. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And then there's a V created here in these veins that hopefully will slide under here and give me just a little bit more clearance. So I'm not gonna push it too far with this because I spent a lot of effort on these arrows last night. All right, 120 yards. Well, we're at 121. I got my sight taped at 120. Oh, that definitely made fletching contact. All right, we're done, folks. You see that yellow down there? So I don't know if that yellow came from, I don't know if that fletching contact came from the 118 or this, but I doubt that it was the 118 because that was a really tight group for 118 yards. It was just a high group. So we're gonna walk down there and check it out, but I'm only shooting at 1 arrow. The excuse we all say to shoot this far and to practice this far is if we can make these shots at 120 yards, then a 40-yard shot, it's nothing, right? A 30-yard shot is nothing, and that's how I feel. I can see that. That's pretty funny. We should have had the phone down there. But it's just a confidence builder, or it can be a confidence breaker. Like if you're seeing these just all over the place, then who knows? But yeah, that's kind of cool. Huh? Right. No. So that was 121 yards. Had my sight tape set at 120 because we saw at 118 when I had my sight tape right on. It was a little high, and I had been cheating down the whole day just because, like I said, I got a process of when I like to have certain things done before I go hunt. Hey, we appreciate y'all for watching. Leave a comment below what you think about the setup. Leave the little eyes thing if you're rolling your eyes at a 500 some grain arrow flying 284 feet per second. Share it with your friends that know how to spell the channel. It's PRIVILEGED. I know you know how to spell bone hunter. We love y'all. Peace.